Hey guys, happy summer. So a few months ago I had started doing these reviews for budget projectors. As my friends had asked me, they wanted something for casual movie nights that wouldn't break the budget, like $200, $300, something like that. So I started looking and I did one review on, I think it's called Ape Man. Wasn't impressed with it. There was also a native 1080p projector, but it really was not wasn't worth the money. It wasn't worth the time. So I did my review, and I think I told in the end that I wouldn't recommend it, which I wouldn't. Did some more research, and I found this one online. It's also Chinese made. Don't know how to say this name, BIGASUO. So this one caught my eye. It had some specs that were intriguing, especially at this price point. It is a native 1080p, which I like that. I think anything under native 1080p, the projectors that tell you that they support 1080p, so which usually means they're 480p or 720p, but you can tell the picture is really grainy. So, and then there's the 4K, which one, it's super expensive. Two, it's not true 4K, it's pixel shifting, so this is a good compromise. Usually native 1080p for your price, value, quality. So the other thing that I was intrigued, of course I like the design of this one. It's different from most other projectors. It has a boxy look, but it's not like a big bulky kind of look. It is, if you guys know the XGME Horizon Pro that just came out, kind of looks like that. But what really intrigued me about this at this price point was, and let's see if it says on the box somewhere. Yep. So it has Bluetooth. I haven't seen that in budget projectors. Now, I mentioned the price point earlier. This one retails on Amazon for $180, but it always has a coupon for $40 or $50. So you can pick this up for $140. No, at $140, for a native 1080p with Bluetooth, that is a steal. Which means you can connect it to an external soundbar. Now, given this is all on paper, we don't know what it, when it plays, what it looks like, what the sound is like. So that's what we're going to test. But that's what intrigued me, and that's the reason I wanted to review this. In the box, we of course have the projector that I already took out. I took out the remote and the power cable. Besides that, it has the usual suspects. It has your component cable with the cloth to clean the lens. The component cable, if you guys have watched my other review, it's one of my pet peeves. Almost nobody uses it, but they still give it, but they won't give batteries, which this one doesn't either. The user manual, HDMI cable. Besides that, what it has, it comes with, as of now, it comes with a sheet, a 100-inch sheet that you can use. You can hang it up and use it as a screen. I don't know if and when you guys order it, if it's still be included, but for now it is. Keeping it inside the box for now. So, besides that, this is the projector. Really like the black and white look and the matte finish. The top has all the buttons that you need that are on the remote actually. Your back button, directional buttons, menu, settings, power on, off. On this side you have the focus and the keystone. Front has the lens, comes with the lens cover. This here is for the focus. This side has your audio video port and your headphone port, which I also like. The back has your speaker. I think it's a 3-watt speaker, but I'm not 100% sure. One HDMI, would have preferred 2, but I can live with 1. 2 USB ports, the IR for the remote, the power cable. And, forgot to mention, this side has the vent. Other than that, the bottom has your rubberized feet. This is to adjust the height. and this screw is for the tripod. Now this is interesting that to me it looks like the screw is off center, but probably wouldn't make a difference when you're putting it on the tripod, but I guess we'll test that out. That's it. Basic remote, volume on off, mute, menu, home, back, directional buttons, source buttons, setting, and power. Doesn't come with batteries, and your power cable. So let's test it out. I am especially curious to see how it will perform with the soundbar and the Bluetooth. So yeah, that's it. Let's get on with the video part of the review. Hey guys, so we're in the home theater now. The projector is about 12 feet from the screen, and the screen is about 133 inches. So I'm going to turn on the projector just to give you an idea of how long it takes for it to boot up. So here we go. Okay, turning it on now. The first time, power button didn't work. Okay, so not bad. So let me just adjust the picture just a little bit. So that's the home screen. And it's pretty standard for these projectors. I usually don't even care about all the stuff here. It's usually, I go into my HDMI and the settings. So let's just look at the settings first. Again, it's the same settings that you see on all of these budget projectors. You can adjust your picture, your brightness, color temperature, aspect ratio. I'm not 100% sure what that is, nor do I care actually. That's just, if you're projecting it straight up front or putting it on a ceiling, so that you would change it there. This is to reduce the display without moving the projector back and forth. That's your sound mode. Bluetooth is off right now. I did notice the remote is not very responsive. Sometimes I have to click the directional buttons a couple of times for it to move. So it's not, the IR is not really that good. So yeah, the Bluetooth is turned off right now. I do have one of those small desktop Anchor Bluetooth speakers just to see if it would pair and if the sound is good enough. You have your sleep timer, your software update. You can do it through USB, or you can do it through Bluetooth. There's no Wi-Fi. So that's it. Yeah, like I said, I keep pressing the buttons on the remote, and it takes a while. It takes sometimes a couple of times to actually work. Anyway, so back to home screen. I have connected a Fire TV right now to the HDMI source, so that right there, that one that says HD, you click on it and it will go to your HDMI. So that's my Fire TV. Now, what I noticed that, I don't know if you can tell it also, but the focus is not uniform. The middle is pretty good right now, but the top right and the top left and the bottom right, they're really not in focus. But let's go on a different app, probably get a better idea. So this is the new Paramount Plus app. Right, so this gives you a pretty good idea. If you see the left-hand side where it says CBS and where it says Smithsonian, so the sides are not in focus right now. The middle is pretty good. I'm gonna try to focus a little bit more just to see if the sides can get a little better. Right, so now the middle is not that focused. So now my top row is pretty well in focus, But if you see the bottom where it says under the dome, key and peel and all of that, that is very much out of focus. So I'm going to keep playing with it until I get something. So now my bottom row is focused, but the top row is not. So let's try to focus just a little where. So I feel like this is the best I will get. Not awful, but again, not perfect. And this is where most of these budget projectors end up failing. It's the focus. So is it a deal breaker? I guess not at this price point. Maybe not. I'll try to play a video and see how that looks. But as far as the text goes, you can tell that the focus is not uniform. So let's try to play something. Sorry, for some reason I got kicked out of the app. So it looks like it's still buffering. There we go. So now it's fine. So the brightness is okay. I want to show you the setting that I have for picture right now. I have set it high contrast, high brightness. I don't like the color too much because it just looks unnatural. As far as the light brightness, I like to keep it as standard. Otherwise, again, it looks saturated. Color temperature is warm. That's the only one that looks warm and medium are pretty similar. If you do cool, it looks saturated, it looks blown up. So this is medium, this is warm. I see very little difference. So that's what it looks like. Not bad. Brightness is okay. Brightness is not bad. Let's try to fast forward a little bit. So this is not awful, actually. It's pretty good at this price point, and considering there's some light in the room, so it's really not bad. All right, so focus, not so good. Picture, I think it's pretty decent for this price point. I'm gonna try to connect it to my Bluetooth speaker now. All right, so what I did is I turned on the Bluetooth speaker, and I'll just tilt the phone a little bit so you can see it. It's right there. It's a little teeny tiny little black thing, and it's a desktop Bluetooth speaker. It's just to see if it connects. So it's turned on right now. So let's go back into the settings. And turn on the Bluetooth and see if it picks it up. So it says no devices. It picked up the anchor, and it looks like it connected. So, all right, not bad. So let's go back to home. See, like I said, I have to, so right here, if I click home, nothing happens. I have to click the back button. Okay. So let's go to HDMI.
It's made up for all the things I didn't do in my DIA years.
Okay, not bad. It actually sounds pretty good, and it picked up pretty quickly. So, let's try going to a YouTube video. So let's try this one. Okay, sorry about the ad. Just don't want to run into any copyright issues, so trying to find videos that I can play. All right. So that's not bad actually. That is pretty decent. I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised at how quickly it picked up my Bluetooth speakers. So that definitely a big plus. The picture, I think, at this price point, I am definitely impressed. And I think the only complaint I have, which is a complaint I have with most of these budget projectors, is the focus is not perfect. But I guess I don't know. I think when you're talking about a projector worth $140, $150, and to be able to get a big, big image, and to be able to connect it to a Bluetooth soundbar, no, I definitely think this is something that I can recommend. As long as they don't, raise the price or anything. I think at 150, 160, whatever it's selling for right now, it is definitely a good buy. All right, so that's my review. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I think I covered everything. Picture, sound, the sound itself. Oh, right. So without the Bluetooth, I did play the sound on the projector. If I forgot to mention that. It was actually pretty decent. It wasn't bad at all. It was like you can actually, for a casual movie night, you can play it just by itself and it gets the job done. But if you're one of those people who likes sound coming, from the front where your screen is, then yes, you would want to pair it with a Bluetooth speaker, and this one does a pretty good job at that. So yeah, I think I covered everything. I am definitely happy with this projector. I think I can recommend it to my friends. So yeah, hopefully this review helps you guys. Thanks.